Alright, I'm going to take off the front bumper on the NSX, and I figured I'd make a DIY. There's a few of them out there on YouTube right now in some other directions, but at least this is how I've done it, and this will probably be the second or third time I've taken this thing off. So it's come off a couple times, and I'll show you why. But I figured if I put together a video on how I did it, maybe it would help somebody else. I think I've gotten pretty efficient at getting this thing off safely and making sure nothing gets damaged. So I'll show you why I'm taking it off, and then I'll show you how I do it and the tools that I used. So if you have any questions at the end, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. My NSX did not come with the exterior carbon fiber package. In fact, pretty much the only OEM accessory was this guy right here. Obviously, I miss all of the carbon fiber pieces that my old NSX had, and I'd like to replicate it to a degree on this car because I think it would be fitting. So as you can see, we have carbon fiber there, but on the front I ended up taking off this lip and wrapping it because I wanted to see how it turned out, and it wasn't great. So my first time wrapping stuff for the most part, and it did okay, but with the contours of this piece, it was really hard to wrap around this, and then obviously there are some bubblings here, so it's a little tacky, right? So in order to rectify that, look at that bad boy. So we have a carbon fiber front lip. So this will be a nice addition to the car, and obviously it will end up finishing off, for the most part, the carbon fiber on the exterior. I'm still up in the air on if I want to do the diffuser or not. So the whole exterior carbon fiber package included the sides, the front, and then this guy right here. And with as often as this actually hits or gets close to the ground, I don't know if I end up wanting to do it yet. It's a very expensive piece. But for now, let's get the bumper off and swap out the lip. For the most part, this is going to be pretty straightforward. We have 3 clips on either side, fender liner in the front wheel. We have 4 10mm up top. We have a slew of these Torx bolts down below. And then we have some on the inside of the fender here and here, one up top. And then as you can see, they are slightly different. So B's a little bit shorter than C, and the B's are primarily located in the middle here with the C's on the outside. So once that's done, we'll end up unhooking the parking sensor wiring harnesses on both sides, and then we literally can just pull this guy off. So when we pull it off, we're going to start at the sides of the bumper, pop it out here, and then we're going to go underneath the headlight. It says, with the help of an assistant, while pulling the front bumper away from the upper beam, release the bumper hooks from the upper beam. It's not too bad. So I end up having a blanket down below just to obviously make sure there's no scratches. In addition, there are some areas where it's always a good idea to put some painter's tape on here just to make sure there's no scratches or cracks in the paint. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. So we have 1, 2, and 3 bumper clips that we're going to take out. We don't have to take off the wheels, we just have to turn the wheel. So we are going to lift the car on both sides. We have one jack here, and then another jack here. So we'll hop in, we'll turn the wheel, and then we'll start taking it apart. So inside here we have one right here, we have one right here, and then we have one right here. Now that the fender liners are already removed from the wheel arch area, we're going to remove these 10mm bolts. There's 4 of them right here. So one thing to note, when you're putting this stuff back in, never use an impact driver, always do it by hand, but since we're just taking them off, can unscrew them right out. Okay, so now the fun begins. So we have Torx bits or screws all along here, all the way around. Like I said, most of the ones in the middle are going to be the longer ones. These V's that are on the outside are just going to wrap around here. So I don't think we need to take a ton of video of this, but basically these are just going to unscrew, and then we'll save them, make sure they're in the right spots, and get the bumper off. So now that you have all these out, all the bottom pieces are off, we have to take off the parking sensors. So as you can see, you have to push in right there on the clip, and then it should just pull right out. So this side's the same way, and I can basically do it one-handed, so it's not too difficult here, but we press on the edge of that connector and then pull in, out it comes. Okay, so now we're going to start working with the bumper, and again, we're going to start on the bottom side here. Basically, these bumper clips will release. So what I end up doing is I have my hand behind here, and I simply am holding my thumb right on the edge of the chassis, and then I just pop. So that's gotten me that. Of course, the bottom, we're going to make sure that's nice and loose. So we'll hop over and do the other side. There's always going to be one side that's a little more troublesome than the other. And I think this is the side, but I can't quite remember right now. So we're nice and loose underneath. So again, nice smooth pressure. And then we'll get those to pop out. As you can see, nothing's broken. Everything's nice and straightforward. So next, we're going to essentially pull from underneath out, and we're going to try to release the clips that are underneath the headlight. Pop to the other side. Okay, so we got that side out. The nice thing is we have this carpet towel down here, so when I get this off, I'm literally just going to lay it flat. My whole front's PPF'd, so I don't mind laying it flat on here. Okay. So there is a connector in here I forgot. It's this one right here. That we went ahead and unclipped. As you can see, now we can start to remove this thing. So this is a temperature sensor that we had to remove from the inside. Again, parking sensors are here, here. Should you ever want to remove the lip on your NC1, you have a screw here, you have a screw here, 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 and here. There's 6. But in addition, you have these little bumper clips, which are a pain in the butt. So you can use a lot of things with them. I'm just going to use a flathead, which I've used in the past. I've not had any negative issues with it. We're going to pop all these out, and then this piece literally just comes right off. But we're done. So obviously put everything on in reverse. Got to take off the painter's tape, but did want to show you, I guess, the finished product here. So the whole purpose was to install a carbon fiber front lip, OEM. So that was the main goal for taking off my bumper. Like I said, I had wrapped it, and earlier on you saw that it was starting to bubble. This thing's gorgeous. So the way it glistens in the sun, luckily nothing is damaged. All the bolts go back in. But yeah, you can see just how that thing shines in the sunlight, the weave, and obviously now all the exterior minus the diffuser are in carbon fiber, which is kind of fun since a lot of it matches